guys, welcome back to my channel. Now I'm sorry it has been a couple of weeks since I've uploaded something new and recorded something new onto my channel. Reason being, I was very busy, and last week I had the pleasure to have a shoot booked in LA. So I went to LA, it was my first time in LA, was there for 4 days. It went by extremely fast, too fast, because I wanted, to do a meetup and meet some of you guys and meet some friends over there, but everything was so jam-packed and full of fun that I didn't have time to make time for myself. So hopefully you can forgive me. But today I'm bringing you this kind of heavy cut crease look. This look was taken from Jennifer Lopez. I think she performed Feel the Light last week on Idol from the movie called Home, and I love the kind of gold and silver and kind of a cut crease. Like, I call it a semi-cut crease because there's a heavy blue in the crease, which is not super diffused, but it's there. So I decided to do a dramatic look, and of course I added a bunch of glitters from a bunch of companies. I have some M.A.C, I have some Violet Voss, I have some Sugar Pill. So it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you are liking what you see, and if you are interested in learning how to complete this look, well, keep on watching. So I'm starting off with a gold base. I'm going to use the 24/7 eyeliner from Urban Decay in Eldorado. You could use whatever base you want, but I decided to use a pencil just because I like that kind of creamy texture and that staying power. So I'm basically applying that everywhere onto the lid, and right after I'm going to take a brush and just make sure to diffuse the edges just a little bit. After, I'm going to use my favorite silver eye pencil ever. It is the Cuff from Urban Decay once again, and I'm applying that mostly into the inner corners, and of course once again I'm just going to diffuse it with a fluffy brush right after. I'm then moving on to the eyeshadows. I'm going to take a Goldmine from M.A.C and apply that everywhere I've applied the gold eyeshadow. And after, because I wanted a more metallic finish, I'm using Folie Soleil, which is a pigment from Lise Watier, and applying it right on top. And of course, don't forget that silver inner highlight. I'm going to use Grand Tiara by Sugar Pill, and that pigment is a must. I'm telling you, if you're looking for a silver color, get it. I'm now moving on to my crease, and I'm just going to gently start with some deep blue colors from my Chrysalis palette from Kat Von D, and I'm just kind of mapping out wherever I'll do that kind of soft cut crease, and I'm simply building on the color. And I'm using one of my new favorite brushes. It is a very kind of small fluffy brush, but that doesn't taper out. It's very kind of little, and it just fits right in there. I love it to death. Make sure to check it out. It's from Real Techniques. And I'm going to start with diffusing the color just because it is a cut crease, but not like super intense. So I'm just taking a fluffy brush. I believe this is a 217 from M.A.C. I'm not too sure. And I'm just going on top just to make sure it's a little bit diffused. As for the lower lash line, I want a base. I'm using my LSD eyeliner, which is a very dark blue with some blue glitters in it from Urban Decay. And of course, after, I'm making sure to intensify that color. I'm using Entomed and Tornay from my Chrysalis Kat Von D palette once again. And I'm kind of, as I'm applying the color, I'm blending it down quite a lot. It might be too much for some people, but for me, it's just right. And I'm going in back with my eyeliner, and I'm just kind of applying that into the crease because I noticed that the colors from the Kat Von D, once you blend them out, they really sheer out. So I wanted something to grab onto the liner to make the colors more intense. And like I just said, because I've applied that liner, I'm going to reapply those two eyeshadows together and just making sure I pack on the color. And then of course you need to diffuse and reapply and diffuse and reapply. To make my crease a little bit more blue, I'm going to take Holy Ghost from Sugar Pill, which is a beautiful bright blue pigment, and just apply that a little bit into the crease on top of the previous colors I've applied. As a highlight, I'm going to take a very shimmery white color. I'm using a frosty white from M.A.C called Crystal Avalanche, and I'm applying it also into the inner tear duct. As for my waterline, I'm making sure it's pitch black, so I'm using my favorite black eyeliner. It's Perversion from Urban Decay. I'm also applying that liner onto my upper lash line, very close to my lashes, and after I'm diffusing it with an angled brush. It's now glitter time, so I'm applying the adhesive from Violet Voss, which is really, really great. If you apply it on top of eyeshadow, it's not going to move your eyeshadow that much. But anyways, moving on to the glitter, I'm using transparent gold everywhere that there's gold, and I'm using Misty from Violet Voss into the inner corners, which is literally like melted metal. It's beautiful. Now, just with that Misty glitter, I'm applying a very tiny bit onto the brow bone. I noticed that JLo had a little bit of sparkles and glitters everywhere on the face. As for the blush, I decided to buy Luminoso by Milani, and it is absolutely beautiful. Nikki Tutorial is right. It is a beautiful, beautiful blush. As a highlight, I'm going to use Moonstone, which is a definite kind of bam in your face highlight, and I'm being extremely generous with it. It's up to you, but I don't know if you noticed, but JLo had that extreme glowy dewiness going on, and I'm applying it everywhere. So onto the temples, a little bit on my forehead, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, basically everywhere, girl. Just have fun. Another one of my fave products is the Nude StaySharp Lip Liner from Annabelle, because I love the shade so very much. I'm just basically lining my lips and filling them in. And right after, I'm going to apply the Jennifer lipstick from Lise Watier, which is a beautiful nude. And on top, I'm going to use the Mocha Queen Love lip gloss from Lancôme. I can't remember the name, but it will be listed down below. So there you go, guys. This is the very dramatic, glowy, glittery look. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next in the comments section down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. It has been asked many times if I would do a review about the Real Techniques Bold Metal collection. Now I have all of the brushes, so let's get right into